During that time period, the word got around Coach Richards that a few of the athletes was going to transfer. What happened with that conversation with Coach Rodon Richards?
All right, look, if you don't mind, can I use your name in this?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Basically, me and Carl Bennett got together and we said, look, man, it's a better situation for us at Bishop. No, we both had played Pop Warner football. We both come from athletic family backgrounds, and we more or less decided that that's what was best for us. I mean, we gonna be playing 3A football, opposed to 5A. So I mean, we about to really our numbers about to be ridiculous. The coaching staff was really willing to give us the opportunity to just beat a team. You know, they had Keontae Lindsay, Tony Ajibadi, Damon Harmon. You know, Damon Harmon was on his way out. So, you know, we was gonna win state every year 3A. Um, we kind of got greedy instead of just slipping off, just me and him, because financially our family could afford for us to go to Catholic school. We decided to try to bring a couple people with us, maybe one or two other people. And word got back to coach, and you know, there was some things said to us that made us feel like if we left, you know, it would be a public thing and we wouldn't get to play at Bishop Nolan. So
What kind of conversation was?
basically, coach told us if we left, we wouldn't play football ever in that area, man. I mean, at the time, I thought it was possible, but now I know he couldn't stop that. You know, that's a private school. You know, we could have been going to get a better education, but we kind of, you know, took the threat serious and we stayed back.
Okay. Now, junior year here, you dominated 7-on-7 football. I was a witness to it. I remember going home a lot of times and saying, "Hey man, Twan is really putting numbers on these boys." I mean, Coach Richards drove us across the country. Across the state, and we beat the Ben Davises, the Penns, the Terre Haute North. We beat the best teams in Illinois. And then on one day at Gately Stadium, what happened?
Man, that was a weird day. That day, I was having back problems, and I had called, you know, my little brother Chris Bravo, and I said, Chris, you know, I ain't going today. You know, I can't go, man. I'm having back problems. My back bothers me. Chris was like, all right, I'm gonna go. You know what I'm saying? No issue. So at the time, Stunt was a sophomore. You know what I'm saying? I mean, was a freshman getting ready to be a sophomore. So something went down, man. Stunt ain't show up, and they came and picked me up. So you know, we think we playing Carmel.
Yeah.
And we playing Carmel, and I ran the basic out route. You know, just a few plays before that, I had ran a dig and probably went up about 36 inches and caught across the middle on two people. You know, I was feeling good. You know, playing through the pain. Next play, I run the out. You know, I go to catch the out. I went low and put my arm down. It sounded like a gunshot. So I, you know, remember that. You know, it sounded like a straight gunshot. And I looked and my arm was shaped like a banana.
Yeah, that was crazy. I remember that. So you had a fractured or was it broken or what?
I had a severe broken arm. I mean, I had to have surgery. I got like 4 bars put in. And basically, because it was towards the end of the summer, the doctor told me left arm right here. So all this right here.
Okay.
And basically, the doctor told me, you know, he said, you know, it's the end of your season. And you know, at the time, I looked at that doctor and I was like, okay, but I knew I was gonna play junior season regardless.
Yeah, cause I know what man. It was funny that day because I came to visit you at your house and you said you know your arms broke you out for the season, man. And I remember being so emotional with you because you was having such a great camp, and now you know to lose a big piece like that, man, it was kind of heartbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, I was always told, I think any football family, you know, always, you know, your junior year is your big year because that's when the colleges can actively start recruiting you heavily. That's when they really do. That's when the ladder's coming. So, as far as football, I don't know how I work with basketball, but I mean, it was a lot of hype behind me, you know, about what I was doing, and a lot of people were saying my name. And like I said, we had all that talent, but like as far as when we was throwing the ball, it was basically coming to me that whole summer. You know what I'm saying? Every now and then they'd dump it off to Mike, but I knew Mike was good, but I just knew I couldn't get hurt. And when I got hurt, they gave Mike his opportunity. Mike was junior all state that year.
So you missed the first 3 games of the season. Um, what's your mind state as a player and as well as a teammate?
Well, when I missed those first 3 games, now you know it was different because I had never been hurt where I had to stand on the sideline and watch. So, I'm standing there and I'm watching everybody play. Remember that Terre Haute North game? Rodney picked one off and ran it back.
Yeah.
I was emotional for that game. That was a dog fight. To watch your boys who you've been in the trenches with for all these years out there in war, and I couldn't even help. It was eating me alive, man. And they took my arm out of the cast, but it was still broke. And I remember start going out there and catching passes with Marcus outside of the Cleat building. And I was telling Marcus, throw as hard as you can, man. And I was catching the ball. It hurt, but it wasn't no pain that I couldn't deal with. It was like one of the weird things when I went to church on that Sunday. And the preacher said, somebody in here right now, they say you ain't gonna be able to do something, but you healed. You know what I said? I said, yeah, that's me. Next week, I put a fiberglass, coach with a fiberglass pad on my arm, a shock pad. I went and played against Bishop Noel, broke arm.
I remember that game, man. We was all excited to have you back. I think you caught like three, four passes in that game. And for us, emotionally, it was good having you back on the field because, as you know, you was a dominant presence, and you put a lot of fear into opposing secondaries. Now let's go into the rest of your season. That after the Bishop Noel game, you had a breakout game with Hammond Clark. Kind of go into play with that.
Man, my junior year, I think it may have been better for me to just sit it out because I only came in on passing situations because my arm was broke. You know what I'm saying? The teams caught on to that after a game or two. And then because my arm was broke, I couldn't stiff arm, I couldn't do nothing. So basically when I caught the ball, I either was trying to get out of bounds or I was trying to get down. So I kind of developed a reputation for being big and soft. And really I was out there playing with a broke arm. So it's just one of those things, where we live and we learn. But like I say, man, that was my team. And I really went about, at that point, I had already made a decision that went about individual numbers. It was about doing what's going to help the team. If I could pull a double team over and might get a touchdown because they worry about what I'm going to do, then that's what I'm going to do. So, like I said, I did everything to do to help my team.
Now, because Hammond Clark, you had six catches in that game, including the game-winning catch to go ahead and kneel the ball. Go into play on that.
You know what? That Hammond Clark game, that was homecoming too.
Yeah.
I remember, game-winning catch, dude knocked my contacts out my eyes.
Yeah.
Big hit.
Fourth down.
Yeah, fourth down. It was a lot of energy going on that game. My arm was starting to feel better. At the time, like I say, we had a team of just, people call it cockiness, but we had a heavy swagger. So it was our homecoming. It was Hammond Clark. And in my mind, I feel like no way we was going to lose to Hammond Clark. So, the guys that was guarding, they was horrible, little 5'7", 5'8" guys, probably running 4'8", 4'9", 40. So I was able to do whatever I wanted to do to them, but it was when Coach wanted to throw it to me. It was a big fourth down. Coach looked at me and said, "Can you get this first down for us?" And I said, "Yeah, I got you." Ran a comeback and caught it. Guy made a good play on it, big hit. I held on to it. I had to go in the crowd. My mom would give me some more context after that, though.